Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight for the running of the Camping World Truck Series at the Kansas Speedway in the Heart of America 200. The raw feed is working perfectly fine at the start of tonight's race, as you guys will get to see the live scoring and leaderboard as time takes place. And this 200-mile, 134-lap race today. The first live commentary race for a NASCAR Truck Series event in 2022 on the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe if you are new for more daily NASCAR content, live race commentary for real NASCAR races on the race weekend, as well as the video game races during the week. Again, at Kansas, of course, this is the first Truck Series race I've been able to do commentary for, but we will be live tomorrow afternoon as well on the channel for the NASCAR Cup Series race that we do most of the Cup Series races on a weekly basis. So that's going to be fun to watch tomorrow. But first, we're about to watch some truck racing tonight. And before the race begins, we need to go through the starting lineup for this one as well. And thanks for everybody tuning in. Derek Booth, I see you in the chat. First one in the chat, thank you. And the race tonight is on Fox Sports 1. The commentators Vince Welsh with driver analyst Kurt Busch and Phil Parsons. And here to give the command is Jeff Slutter.
On behalf of race fans all across the Heart of America, drivers, start your engines!
Engines are firing on a beautiful night in Kansas City, Kansas, as we are getting set for racing on a Saturday night. Tyler Burbeck, Terry Lewis, welcome to the stream as well. And again, let's go through that starting lineup before the race begins today. John Hunter Nemechek will be on the pole once again this season, taking it all KBM front row, as Corey Heim will be starting on the outside of row number 1 in the 51 truck as well. Ty Majeski and Zane Smith will be in row 2. Zane Smith, already a winner this year, locked into the playoffs, looking for more playoff points tonight. Stuart Friesen and Chandler Smith will line up in row number 3. Friesen's here to race after not being able to practice and qualify the truck earlier. He was caught late in his plane arrival, I guess, and because his plane flight had gotten delayed earlier, Bubba Wallace again took over for him, so Friesen will be starting at the rear of today's field. But Bubba Wallace was able to qualify that car in the top 5 today. Chandler Smith is a winner already this season as well, looking to add another one to the total in 2022. Riley Herbst and Derek Kraus will be in row 4. Herbst, a full-time Xfinity Series driver, making a one-off truck start today in an extra DJR Crossley Ford. We'll see how he'll do. We've seen that 17 truck win races in the past. In this situation, Ryan Preece did one last year at Nashville and got the win there. We'll see what Riley Herbst can do today. He was top 10 in practice and qualifying. Tanner Gray and Matt Crafton will line up in row 5. Those two are going to be very interesting to watch throughout the course of this race in the remainder of the regular season. 8 races to go right now in the regular season for the Truck Series. Matt Crafton comes in 14 points above the cutoff line over Tanner Gray. And Matt Crafton, of course, had a penalty at the end of last week's race, ended up getting DQ'd, won the appeal midway through the week, got those points back, and it has put him back above the cutoff line, at least for now. He's trying to protect that today at a track he's won at 3 times in his Truck Series career. Matt DiBenedetto and Jack Wood will make up row number 6. Matty D, of course, full-time in the Truck Series this season. Because of that rescinded penalty for Matt Crafton, DiBenedetto unfortunately did not get a top 10 last weekend at Darlington, but he'll try to go for one today. Chase Purdy and Ben Rhodes will be in row number 8. It'll be Colby Howard, DiBenedetto, row 6, and Jack Wood, Chase Purdy, row 7. Row 8, Ben Rhodes and Carson Hocevar. Hocevar, 2 straight second-place finishes. We'll see if he can get his first career truck win today at the age of 19. And Ben Rhodes has already won this season. He is locked into the playoffs, dominated the Bristol Dirt Race, winning both stages and the race, and he is currently the regular season points leader as well. Christian Eckes and Haley Deegan will make up row number 9 in this one. Dean Thompson and Tyler Ankrum in row number 10. Ankrum also one of the drivers just below the cutoff line coming into tonight's race. Grant Enfinger and Jesse Little will be in row 11. Grant Enfinger making the start for GMS today. He is the second to last driver above the cutoff line. He's 9th in the points right now, and he is only 15 to the good coming into tonight's race. Austin Wayne Self, Chris Wright will line up behind those guys in row number 12. In row 13 will be Lawless Allen, Timmy Hill. Blaine Perkins, Matt Mills will be in row 14. Josh Reume and Spencer Boyd in row 15. Ryan Huff and Trey Hutchins in row 16. Tyler Hill, Jesse Awuji in row 17, and Tate Fogelman will round out the field. 35 truck field tonight at the Kansas Speedway. Again, 200 miles, 134 laps in this one, with the stages likely going to end up being 45 in the first two, and then the race to the end after that stage comes to an end. So I'll have a further word on if that is the case once they get on the racetrack and on the pace laps, and if they radio in anybody, then you guys will get to listen to that, as well as any other interviews we get throughout the course of the night, whether it is from somebody that has DNF'd or interviews during the stage breaks as well. Poisonous Frog, Isaiah Z, Tristan Heidenkamp, welcome to the stream as well. Again, live for the first time for a Truck Series race on the channel this year. We did a few of them last season. It's tough to do the Xfinity and the truck races. I tried an Xfinity race on a Friday night earlier this year, and I got over at like midnight, and I had to go to work the next day on less than 5 hours of sleep, and that was pretty rough. But with this being a Saturday night race, it's going to make it more obtainable for me to do that. Of course, being off of work for my weekend, Sunday and Monday. And again, we will still be doing the live commentary for the Cup race tomorrow. So a little doubleheader this weekend, getting both of the live commentary in. The Xfinity Series is off this weekend, so the Trucks and the Cup Series right here on the channel. The races are both on Fox Sports 1 as well. 1.5 mile racetrack at the Kansas Speedway. 17 to 20 degrees of banking, progressive banking, of course, in the corners. Stage 1 is actually 30 laps, as well as Stage 2, and then the final stage will be 74. So 30, 30, 74 will be the stage lengths in tonight's race. Kyle Busch, the previous winner at this track at Kansas last season, he swept the weekend last spring in Kansas, winning both the Cup race and the truck race. Fuel window will be 50 to 55 laps as well in today's race, so they can go Stage 1. They won't have to make a green flag pit stop. They'll likely pit, and then Stage 2 they can go without making a stop as well. Final stage will require 1 pit stop at least. 9 races to the playoffs. I believe it's 8. I thought I saw it was 8. I could check real quick. Let's take a look here. Thought it was 8. I haven't been able to watch many truck or Xfinity races this year, so I apologize for that. Just because of my work schedule, working during the day, Friday, Saturday, and unless the races are at night are the only way I can catch them. Let's see here. They have, this is the Cup Series. Hang on. That's the Cup Series. I'll get the raw feed on before the start of the race. Currently checking pit road speeds right now. I believe they're getting the 1-to-go signal to go green this time by. So Kansas, Texas next week, Charlotte, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Gateway, then Sonoma, Knoxville, Nashville, Mid-Ohio, Pocono, and then the playoffs begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're right, 9. 9 races left. 8 after tonight before the playoffs yet. And 4 drivers are locked in with wins that are regulars in the Truck Series. Corey Heim has a win this season, but he is not running the full season. In the Truck Series, I came at Atlanta, and the William Byron and Cup Series regular also with a win this Truck Series season. Zane Smith, the only multiple-time winner so far this season. And then Ben Rhodes, John Hunter Nemechek, and Chandler Smith each have 1 apiece. So again, they'll be going green this time. Earl Arnold Jr., welcome to the stream. I don't even... Sorry for not giving you guys the interview before the race. I'm not even listening to it right now. It's muted. Let me get that figured out. It's muted in my ear, so I can't hear anything. Okay, they're... No, never mind. I thought they were queuing up Zane Smith for a second. Oh, gotta block that off. Don't want to show the race so I don't get copyrighted. Ah, that's not the right thing. There we go. Should be good to go now. Now they'll get the one to go signal this time by. I have my earpiece in so I can listen to the commentary, so I can now relay any messages that I hear throughout the course of tonight's race. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream as well. And to step away for a second to blow my nose. My allergies have been terrible for the last 3 days. Today was the best of the 3 days, I will say that much. And honestly, it wasn't bothering me at all at work. But since I went outside to leave work and got home, that's all it took for it to kind of come back again. Eyes are all itchy. Good chance the race tomorrow at Kansas gets moved to Monday. I hope not. Well, if it is, we'll be here. Widget, welcome to the stream. So this race kind of got to start in the daytime, Central Time Zone at Kansas Speedway. So about 7:14 Eastern Standard or Central Standard Time will be the start of the race. John Hunter Nemechek will elect the outside. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway at Kansas in the Truck Series. Zane Smith going to the outside on the 38 truck in turns 1 and 2, trying to go 3 wide. Nemechek pulls the block on him and stays side by side with teammate Corey Heim on the bottom down the back straightaway. Still 2x2 through the top 4 into turns 3 and 4. Further back in the pack, Haley Deegan stuck 3 wide in the middle. And it looked like Matt Crafton about got squeezed into the wall by the 18 truck off the exit of turn 4. Had to get out of the gas, loses a couple positions through the tri-oval. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, John Hunter Nemechek will lead lap 1 from the pole. He's the only truck really ripping the outside right now. Zane Smith to the outside of the 51 truck, running more of the middle lane, trying to take the air off the right rear corner panel of the 51. Maybe a little bit of a side draft going off into the corner, and Smith will take over second place, trying to run down Nemechek in the opening laps. Sprint race in the first 2 stages, with it only being 30 laps and points on the line as we are midway through the regular season in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. So all these drivers that don't have a win yet, that are either just below the cutoff line on points or right around it on points, definitely coming into this one needing those points. Battle for the race lead going on right now between Zane Smith and John Hunter Nemechek. Again, Nemechek running the outside, the 38 truck of Zane Smith down on the bottom. Can't complete the pass this time off turn 4, and now they'll stay side by side in the tri-oval. Zane Smith goes down to the apron to try and take a short truck and get away from the 4 of Nemechek, who tried to side draft him, but Nemechek gets much more of a run off the high side and pulls clear into turn 1 once again. Smith again rolls down to the bottom of the track and is just barely going to have to hop in line behind him. Couldn't quite side draft the left rear corner panel off the exit of turn 2 as the high side seems to be prevailing pretty well. Nemechek getting a little loose on the outside lane this time though in 3 and 4. Slide job by Zane Smith off the exit of the corner and is clear. Nemechek carries the run off the outside and gets to the back bumper of Zane Smith. Going to give him a little bump draft as they go off into turn 1. And Zane Smith will lead his first lap of the race. 5 laps in to the first 30 in stage 1. Smith, even after taking the lead, still running the bottom, and Nemechek still running the outside lane right up against the wall. Looks like 3rd and 4th of Corey Heim. Ty Majeski also running the outside, same line as Nemechek. They're not in any sort of dirty errors. They're more than 3/4 of a second off of Nemechek in second. Patrick Shadley, welcome to stream. Chris Davis, Austin Reed, welcome as well. Thank you for the good job on the commentary there. And yeah, like and subscribe. A Gas and Go Pit Stop, yep. '17 truck of Riley Herbst nearly got into the wall off turn 2. He's struggling with his race truck. He's already dropped 6 spots in the first 6 laps of the race. Pretty much everybody else is right about where they qualified for the most part. Hocevar's up a bunch of positions as well. He didn't qualify too well. He's up to 12th place as we are now at lap 7. Again, Hocevar back-to-back second-place finishes coming into this race today. We'll see if he can get his first win of his career in the Truck Series tonight and lock himself into the playoffs. He's looking pretty good on points right now with the good runs he has had this season, but nothing is guaranteed. Plus, with it being a shorter regular season and knowing that there are already 4 drivers with wins and stage wins for that matter as well, he's lacking playoff points right now, and that could be crucial if he wants to make a deep run at the championship come fall time. Stuart Friesen, of course, started at the rear of the field and is up to 20th place after not being able to practice and qualify his race truck earlier. Bubba Wallace had actually qualified it in the top 5, so I'd assume that Friesen has speed today. Of course, Wallace a pretty good Truck Series driver in his career with 6 wins, and that obviously is going to help the information to give that 52 team. Not sure what the driving styles are between Friesen and Wallace, how much maybe they're similar to help Friesen's side of things, but I think he's got at least a decent truck today, maybe a top 5 truck, and we'll see how he navigates traffic. Definitely going to hurt his chances of getting stage points in stage 1. Fox going to go to a commercial break for the first time today. We'll take a look at the running order as we are almost halfway through stage 1 already. Zane Smith is the race leader by 1.4 seconds over Corey Heim. John Hunter Nemechek is in 3rd place. Ty Majeski in 4th. Chandler Smith in 5th and Derek Kraus 6th. 7th is Ben Rhodes, Tanner Gray 8th, Matt Crafton 9th, and Colby Howard rounds out the top 10 in the 91 truck. Carson Hocevar in 11th, Chase Purdy 12th, 13th is Riley Herbst, Tyler Ankrum 14th, Christian Eck is 15th, Jack Wood 16th, make that Haley Deegan 16th, Jack Wood 17th, Stuart Friesen up to 18th, Dean Thompson 19th, Grant Enfinger rounds out the top 20. Lawless Allen 21st, Matt DiBenedetto's dropped to 22nd after qualifying in row 6. Austin Wayne Self is in 23rd, Jesse Little 24th, Chris Wright 25th, Tyler Hill 26th, Timmy Hill 27th, Blaine Perkins in 28th, 29th, Tate Fogelman and Matt Mills rounds out the top 30. Josh Reaume in 31st, Ryan Huff in 32nd, Trey Hutchins in 33rd, Spencer Boyd 34th, and Jesse Wuji first truck and only truck 1 lap down right now in this race. So again, 30 laps in stage 1. We're already 10 complete, so that means we have 20 laps to go in the opening stage. This race is going to fly by tonight if we don't get any cautions, with it only being 200 miles. Most of the 1.5-mile tracks in the Truck Series circuit are 250 miles. This one even shorter than that. 70% chance of rain at 11 a.m. in Kansas tomorrow. What's it like during race time, though? Or is that like all day starting at 11? I really hope it doesn't. Then again, it could help my... It's going to hurt. See, that's the bad part. Most people aren't able to watch it, so it sucks for them. Fans at the racetrack, you know, might be able to stay, but a lot of them probably won't be able to, so that stinks. It hurts the TV ratings with NASCAR, so that stinks too. So that's why rain races are so, you know, bad for NASCAR. And in this case, the only person that really helps is me, because when I do the commentary on a Monday, it seems like we tend to get good viewership for it, but I hate that it has to come to that. We get good viewership for the Sunday races too, though. See, almost 30 of you guys watching the race right now with us on the channel, or maybe just listening in and not watching the race, but whatever the case, welcome in. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream as well. See you in the chat. Has to be Colby Howard's best season. Who owns that truck? The 91, I'm not sure, to be completely honest. I do not know who owns that truck. I don't know how he's been doing this season either. Like I said, I haven't watched much of the Truck or Xfinity series just because of my work schedule. I tried to keep up with it. Outside of like the top finishers on a weekly basis, I couldn't tell you how other drivers are running. Fox coming back from the commercial break. It looks like the tear-off is coming apart on the 9 truck right now of Blaine Perkins. And I'm not sure how that became the case. They're showing the replay, and it looks like Perkins went for a spin. The 30 truck hooked him going into turn 3. Great save by Perkins. Got the truck corrected so quickly that the caution actually never came out. But having to come down, going to replace some tires just in case he flat spotted. And also going to fix that tear off that is probably blocking his vision right now. Little slide job mid-pack for Stuart Friesen on Hailie Deegan as they battle for the 16th place position. Deegan with the crossover down to the inside. The 52 runs her tight down the back straightaway, trying to side draft and take any momentum the one truck had and carry that momentum back. Friesen on the outside should have the grip off the exit of turn 4. As you can tell, Deegan's truck is very, very loose. Sliding the rear end of the race car in the bottom lane and has to drop in line behind Friesen for position. That battle is very quick and over after Friesen is charged halfway through the field in stage 1. It's going to be interesting to see if he can actually get to the back half of the top 10 before the end of the stage. Again, Colby Howard's in the 10th place position right now, and he's still sitting about 4 seconds ahead of Friesen, plus 5 trucks per position in between them and whatever lap trucks they may catch for the end of the stage. But Friesen's running out of time, just 12 to go next time by. Fur Express, welcome to the stream as well. Thought it was a Bushy McBush race 400. LOL, no, not this year. That was just last year. That was a one-off. Work till 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Is Ryan Huff related to Quinn Huff? No. It's Ryan Huff, not Huff. Quinn Huff has an O in it. It's O-U-F-F. H-O-U-F-F. Huff is just H-U-F-F. No relation. I mean, I guess it could be long-lost cousins. I really have no clue, but I would have to assume, yeah, no relation. Last name's different. Corey Heim is slowly running down Zane Smith as we get a little bit into, I guess, somewhat of a longer run if you consider the fact that Stage 1's only 30 laps and we're still caution-free. I guess Hailie Deegan's not done with the battle on Stuart Friesen. Again to the inside. It looked like Friesen was just going to drive away from her, but she's hanging on, which is actually kind of telling considering that Friesen does have a fast race truck, but those two back in traffic. Heim running the outside. Zane Smith has gravitated to the top after working the bottom in the beginning of the run to get past Nemechek. Pole sitter John Hunter Nemechek has dropped back to 5th place. He was my pick to win tonight's race. I actually have money on him for this one. But he is the third of the 3 KBM trucks, but all 3 KBM trucks in the top 5 right now after all qualifying in the top 5 as well. Corey Heim, 19 years of age as well. Only 6 career truck starts. Again, got his first win at Atlanta earlier this season on the makeshift super speedway, the newly revamped Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bentley Potts, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Hailie was fighting back. Still is. It looks like they're both within about 1/10 of a second of each other on our leaderboard right now as well. I wonder how much Friesen might have used his tires up, having to start at the rear of the field and just trying to charge through half of it in about the first 20 laps. Fox going to another commercial break with 10 laps to go in Stage 1. Quick rundown to the top 10. Zane Smith is your race leader. Corey Heim in 2nd. Ty Majeski 3rd. Chandler Smith 4th. John Hunter Nemechek 5th. Derek Kraus in 6th. Ben Rhodes 7th. Matt Crafton 8th. Tanner Gray 9th. And Colby Howard rounds out the top 10 right now. Still hanging on to that last stage point. Lead is tightened again. Fox on the side-by-side view. A little bit of momentum coming up for the 51 car off the exit of turn 4. He ran more of the middle line as they were working through lap traffic when Zane Smith in the 38 car ran all the way on the bottom. And that allows Heim to close in. And now again to the bottom of the racetrack goes the 38 with the lap car up high. But again, the 51 of Heim goes to the middle. Again, giving him a little bit more of a run off the exit of the corner and on the banking of the straightaway. Now Heim looks to the bottom, maybe going to try a slide job. He's underneath the 38 truck. 38 backing up the middle of the corner. Heim shoots the gap, clears the 38 off the exit of turn 4, nearly putting it in the outside wall. And here comes a run from the 38 of Smith now. Heim leads his first lap of the race by less than a half a truck length. They're side by side and side drafting each other aggressively as they enter into turn 1. Now a time on the outside and the 38 of Zane Smith down low on the bottom. Coming up on a lot heavier lap traffic, Zane Smith could not clear the 51. May use the lap car of the 9 of Blaine Perkins as a pick. Couldn't quite do it. Now the 51 chops the nose off of the 38 going into the corner. He runs the inside. The 38 runs the high side as they try to work around Perkins, the lap truck, who is now another lap down after having that spin and having to change tires moments ago. Friesen finally pulling away from Haley Deegan, and that battle is over. Grit Enfinger has caught the one truck in a battle for 17th, works to the inside. Everybody trying to hold on for every position they can, even if it's not for points purposes, but more for track position purposes, as we have just 6 laps to go in Stage 1. Corey Heim is the new race leader. He has a 1.1 second lead over Zane Smith, who is in second place. Ty Majeski's in third, 2.7 seconds off the lead. Chandler Smith is in fourth place, 4.7 seconds off the lead. John Hunter Nemechek runs out the top 5 at 7.4 seconds off the race lead. So again, that is Stage 1 right now. Corey Heim is currently the race leader. Again, during the side-by-side action that Fox was showing during the commercial break, Heim was able to battle and take the lead away from Zane Smith. It was a good fight for a couple laps, but now that Heim has gotten around him, he's quickly pulling away and is about a second and a half ahead with not too many laps to go in Stage 1. Remember, Heim is not running full-time in that 51 car, and because of that, it doesn't look... Or I should say, he's not running for driver points, but the 51 truck is still racing for owner's points. And because they do have one win this season, that 51 truck is going to be locked in to the playoffs as far as the owner championship goes. We kind of saw that with the 54 car last season in the Xfinity Series, which was ran by multiple drivers last season like Ty Gibbs, Kyle Busch. I think there might have even been somebody else who made a start in that car. John Hunter Nemechek made some starts in that car and actually had a win as well. Battle for stage points right now between two ThorSport trucks of Ben Rhodes and Matt Crafton. They are currently battling for the 7th place position with 3.5 laps to go in Stage 1. Crafton went to the bottom, could not make the pass on Rhodes and couldn't stay alongside of him either. Dropped in line behind him and again trying to work on him again. Tanner Gray might be able to close. Big battle going on behind those guys for the final stage point between Carson Hocevar and Colby Howard. Hocevar's just crossed over Howard after Howard tried to slide job through turns 3 and 4, and Hocevar will take over 10th place with a few laps to go. Corey Heim now opened up a 2.6 second lead and growing, and I think Smith might be just trying to hang on to his race truck. Maybe Corey Heim's got a good long-run truck. It took him some time to get up there. He qualified a little bit further back compared to Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, who had led laps before him in the race. But a couple lead changes in Stage 1, and the stage break coming up in a couple laps here. Corey Heim looking to get a playoff point for the owner points on the 51 truck. And, of course, the driver points, Matt Crafton, Tanner Gray, just one position apart from each other. Crafton came in 10th, final driver in on points coming into this race, and the first driver out on points as far as the playoff talk for the Truck Series goes is Tanner Gray running right behind him. Crafton with a near slide job on the 99, couldn't clear Rhodes off turn 4 as they race back to the start-finish line. Rhodes carries momentum off the top. 66 of Majeski has caught the 38. The 38 got loose off of turn 2 and nearly got into the outside wall. Corey Heim is going to work his way off of turn 4. He is going to win Stage 1 today at Kansas. Good battle for second place a little bit further back, and it looks like the 38 truck is going to hang on. No, never mind. Actually, the 66 did get around him. So Ty Majeski ends up second in Stage 1. Zane Smith third. Chandler Smith fourth. John Hunter Nemechek rounds out the top 5 in Stage 1. Derek Kraus at 6th. Ben Rhodes held on for 7th, battling Matt Crafton and finished 8th. Tanner Gray 9th, and Carson Hocevar will round out the top 10 in Stage 1 today. 3 different leaders in the race so far, 2 lead changes. And we'll see what's going to happen as we'll have pit stops during the Stage 1 break when they come back from commercial. Listening to the Heart of America 200 at the Kansas Speedway live on KRC tonight. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Live race commentary for real races like you're listening to tonight, as well as video game races during the week. Again, all live commentary, all in the hopes of hopefully getting myself in the booth down the road for real NASCAR races. We'll be having some Cup Series action on the channel tomorrow. Again, it's the first truck race I've commentated for this year. Might miss the All-Star race next weekend. Be up lake fishing and camping that weekend. Well, if you get any cell reception, I'll be doing live commentary for that too. I don't know what the goal for the likes should be today. The only time I did a non-cup race this year was the Xfinity race at Martinsville, and that race, I think we had about 90 viewers is what we topped out as concurrent viewers throughout the course of the stream. So just less than 100. I can't remember exactly how many likes we had, but obviously it would have been just less than that as well. Usually I go for 100 to 150 as the goal for the Cup Series live streams, but I don't know what the goal should be for the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. I feel like 50 is too easy. I think we could easily get to 50. Over 30 people watch right now. We already have 17 likes. But again, like and subscribe. Free pass went to Lawless Allen in the 45 truck for Nice Motorsports during the Stage 1 break. So again, our first caution of the race is the Stage 1 caution. The green, white, checkered flag coming out. Corey Heim won Stage 1 by about 2.5 seconds over Ty Majeski. The 66 truck for Thorsport. It sounds like Chandler Smith is having issues. I was wondering why he wasn't in the top 10 anymore. So it sounds like his truck had stalled out. And because it stalled out, he lost all of his track position. Four tires of fuel coming up for a lot of these teams, I'd have to assume. Smith came down for more fuel before pit road had opened, so regardless of what happens during the pit stops, and despite him finishing in the top 10 in Stage 1, he's going to line up at the back of the field. We'll see how that KBM truck works his way to the front. All three were in the top 5 at the end of Stage 1. Having problems, it looks like, on the right sides with the 66 of Majeski. They took an awfully long time there, and that could cost the 66 team some positions on pit road. He was second going in, and he is definitely going to lose quite a few positions as it's Corey Heim who wins the race off pit road. John Hunter Nemechek up to second. Majeski lost 6 spots back to 8th, having issues on the right side. It looked like the front tire changer was having issues getting the right front tire on was the problem. Big pickup for Stuart Friesen on pit road. He will line up in the top 10, 9th off of pit road after starting at the rear of the field. He didn't get any stage points in Stage 1, but he's back in the top 10 to at least start Stage 2. Stage 1 was 30 laps. Stage 2 also will be 30 laps in the final Stage 74. They will not have to make a pit stop during Stage 2 as well. So it sounded like it was some sort of a fuel pickup issue on the 18 truck of Chandler Smith. Oh, I can't rewind that right now. Trying to sync up the audio in the right area because it's ahead right now, and I don't want that to spoil anything if something crazy happens on the restart. Spoil anything for me personally. Wouldn't make the live commentary as authentic if I know what happens a couple seconds before it happens. Site with app is slow update. Not sure what app you're talking about. Are you talking about the live leaderboard? that we have on the channel. It's on NASCAR's website. It's still the best leaderboard we have by far at our availability. So it looks like everybody from 24th on back was lapped down at the end of the first stage. Well, really 23rd on back, and then Lawless Allen got the free pass for being the first truck one lap down. So only the top 23 trucks will be in the lead lap when we start this stage in the 35 truck field. I think a few trucks are a couple laps down. Jesse Wuji's actually off the track right now. Some sort of an issue before the end of stage 1. So he seems to be out of the race, or at least behind the pit wall and in the garage. And then we saw Blaine Perkins spin. He is 3 laps down in a GMS truck. Running part-time in the number 9. Oh, you are talking about the live leaderboard? Yeah, that's all right. It's still by far the best we have. I mean, it's going to be delayed, too. It's going to be probably more delayed on your guys' end because of YouTube versus my end. YouTube's got a little bit of a delay of its own. They are back from the commercial break right now, so let me try to sync the audio in my ear up a little bit better. I have to block off the screen when I do it because I have to go onto Hulu. There we go. Have the NASCAR app. The NASCAR app, I think, is slower than the actual website itself. They did not queue up a radio interview with Corey Heim during Stage 1, or any driver for that matter through Stage 1, so no interview there. About to go green, just over 50 people watching. Thanks for everybody tuning in on a Saturday night. Stage 2 is about to begin for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at Kansas. Corey Heim elects the outside lane on the restart after winning the race off pit road and winning Stage 1. It'll be Zane Smith on the bottom in the 38 truck, who seemed to have the fastest short run car in the field. Green flag is back in the air. We'll see if he can hang on and maybe get a good launch to take back the lead early in this stage. With the caution laps ran, we actually only have about 24 laps to go in Stage 2. Not a great push from behind on the restart for the Ford truck to the back of Corey Heim in the 51. Down the back straightaway, though, they're going to link up a little bit better, and the 51 will hold clear, and the 38 is actually side-by-side for second with Nemechek going into the corner. A little slide job. Nemechek ran the outside. Zane Smith able to move up to the outside lane now and clear for second off of turn 4. Nemechek qualified on the pole, but in the first 30 laps of the race, despite leading the first 4 laps, he ended up falling back to 5th. And Zane Smith, taking off well in the short run, blows by the 51 truck down on the bottom of the track through 1 and 2. No contest there. Zane Smith will take the race lead for the second time tonight. A lot of battling going on in the pack right now as Matt Crafton lost a couple positions and is now outside the top 10, trying to hold off one of his teammates, in fact, Ben Rhodes, who is underneath him, as well as other cars behind him right now would include Derek Kraus, Colby Howard, and Haley Deegan, it looks like. A lot of 2 and 3 wide race in the middle of the pack initially off the restart. Most of them was filed down to single file, but there is some racing going on still. Like the battle between Rhodes and Crafton, which was pretty much starting towards the end of the last stage when they battled for the 7th place position for about the last 5 or 6 laps of the stage back and forth with each other. By inches at the line, Ben Rhodes is able to hold on for 7th. John Hunter Nemechek now will take over 2nd place on the 51 truck of Corey Heim. We'll wait to see if Heim's truck comes in on the longer run again and how that may work out for him. Heim running the outside through turns 3 and 4. Looks to be struggling with his race truck as he was sliding around quite a bit. The 4 truck rather. down on the bottom was able to grip up a little bit easier and was actually able to maintain momentum on the front stretch despite the fact that he didn't have a run off the exit of the corner. It looked like Nemechek had some sort of a slip up in turns 1 and 2 anyway, because Heim just got right back around him. And as they battle for second, that's allowing Zane Smith to pull away. And the more time Zane Smith can put on the 51 of Heim before Heim has a chance to run him down on the long run, the better for Smith. Already has less green flag laps to work with no matter what happens caution-wise in this stage because of the caution laps during the stage break itself. Replay showing John Hunter Nemechek getting a little loose on the outside, had to lift out of the throttle a little more than what he would have normally, and did a great job keeping it off the wall, but unfortunately that drops him back to third. He's got to use up a little bit more of his tires, I'd have to assume, too. Big block going on the back straightaway in a battle for 10th place between 3 trucks right now. It would be the 16 of Tyler Ankrum, the 98 of Tristan Eckes, and the 19 of Derek Kraus. Side by side right now for 10th with the 98 truck on the inside and the 16 of Ankrum up high. Ankrum goes down to the bottom to hold a block on the 98, and here comes Derek Kraus on the outside lane with Matt Crafton behind him as well. It's going to give the momentum to Kraus to get around the 98 truck for position. And slingshot down to the bottom now into turn 3 underneath the 16 as well. And he'll be able to slide up clear off the exit of turn 4. 16 runs the middle. Will he have the momentum now to maybe try another crossover move of his own on the front stretch? Doesn't look like he'll have enough. And Derek Kraus is going to hang on to 10th place and rounds out the top 10 looking for stage points at about another 16 laps. Zane Smith is the leader. Corey Heim second. John Hunter Nemechek third. Ben Rhodes fourth. Tanner Gray fifth. Ty Majeski 6th, Carson Hocevar up to 7th, Stuart Friesen up to 8th, Colby Howard 9th, and Derek Kraus rounds out the top 10 with 16 laps to go in Stage 2. Crazy fans, Thomas Anthony Lopez, welcome to the stream as well. Who will win? My pick going into the race was John Hunter Nemechek, but it's going to really depend if this is going to end on a short run or a long run, because it seems like Corey Heim has the fastest long run truck in the field. He won Stage 1 with Stage 1 going all 30 laps caution-free. He was able to pass Zane Smith in the closing laps for the stage win with about 7 to go, and kind of run and hide after that. Zane Smith's truck takes off greatly on the restart. Didn't even have the preferred lane there. Dropped in line in second after the first lap. By the next lap, he blew right around the 51 truck. And I almost wonder, maybe Zane Smith could drop the air pressure a little bit on the 38 truck to mate. I mean, that's not going to make it as fast on the short run like it is now if they start to drop the air pressure on it. So maybe they don't want to hurt the short run speed too much by doing that, because you never know what the third stage could bring. I mean, these truck races turn into wreckfest majority of the time, so maybe it is better that he is good on the short run versus the long run. But the race is proving pretty clean right now. A lot of good racing going on. Currently under a full screen commercial break right now. 88 laps to go total in the race, and again 14 now left in stage 2. So I guess we'll take a rundown of the full running order instead of just the top 10 means we're on the full screen commercial break. Zane Smith again is the race leader by 1.6 seconds over Corey Heim in second. John Hunter Nemechek is in third, 4.5 seconds off the race lead. Ben Rhodes is in fourth place, 5.3 seconds off the lead, and Tanner Gray is 6 seconds off the lead, rounding out the top 5 in fifth. Ty Majeski's in 6th, Carson Hocevar 7th, Stuart Friesen in 8th, Colby Howard 9th, Derek Kraus rounds out the top 10, as just mentioned moments ago. Tyler Ankrum is in 11th, Matt Crafton is in 12th, Christian Eck is 13th, Chase Purdy 14th, and Riley Herbst rounds out the top 15. Matt DiBenedetto in 16th, Haley Deegan 17th, Grant Enfinger 18th, Dean Thompson 19th, and Jack Wood rounds out the top 20. Wallace Allen, who got the free passes, in 21st. Chandler Smith is in 22nd. He is having some fuel pickup issues, it seems like, with that race truck, so he is the first truck one lap down in 22nd. Tate Fogelman's in 23rd, Tyler Hill 24th, Austin Wayne Self in 25th, Chris Wright 26th, Timmy Hill 27th. 28th place is Jesse Little, Matt Mills 29th, Ryan Huff rounds out the top 30. Josh Reum in 31st, Trey Hutchins in 32nd. 33rd is Spencer Boyd, Blaine Perkins 34th, and Jesse Wucci, the only truck out of the race with a mechanical issue, is 35th. But again, no cautions for incident tonight. Our only caution was the stage 1 break at lap 30. Wish Ty Bodine was in there. Yeah, he is running part-time with the Truck Series this year, but he is not running tonight's race. He's actually working the pre-race with Fox before the race went live. Hot Rod Road to 2023. Welcome to stream. 23 ain't bad for starting dead last. Grant Enfinger. Enfinger didn't start dead last. The 52 truck did. Stuart Friesen. He had to drop to the rear at the start of the race. Enfinger did qualify the truck. I think he ended up... he definitely did not qualify well. I think he qualified outside the top 20. So he didn't qualify too well. He's doing better in the race, but not great. Enfinger, of course, won the regular season championship a couple years ago in the Truck Series, so he has proven to be a good, consistent driver. That was with Thor Sport, running with GMS this season. Sun is slowly going down. It seems to be like there's a bit of a glare off the exit of turn 4. You have some shine in that corner. That could really, really make it very difficult on these drivers when you have sun pretty much on entry into turn 1 and then, shade on entry into 1 and then a bunch of sun off the exit of turn 2. And then through turn 3 on entry, you have the sun again, and then it grips up maybe a little more off the exit of turn 4. At some point by the end of this race, it's going to be all sun down, and the track will have a lot more grip throughout, but the trucks are definitely slipping and sliding in turn 2 and turn 3 right now, and we've seen a lot of great racing because of it so far. A lot of passing opportunities, a lot of lanes being worked well equally, the top and the bottom. A lot of slide jobs on the bottom, but even speed for some trucks down there, like John Hunter Nemechek's ran the bottom most of the night. He's still up there in third. Pass for position inside the top 5 between some Thor Sport trucks. Ben Rhodes will get around Ty Majeski for the 4th place position. Rhodes continues to work forward. He was 7th at the end of stage 1. Had a good pit stop. Made a couple passes after the restart. Now with 6 laps to go in stage 2, he is up to 4th. It's a good run right now for Ben Rhodes. Tanner Gray also looking good. He was in 6th. Just got passed by Hocevar, who is also having a great run. Hocevar qualified towards the back half of the teens, at least. Started back in row 8. Was able to get that last stage point late in stage number 1 and has worked his way up to 6. So progressively working on that race truck, getting faster throughout the course of the night. And the track conditions definitely changing throughout the course of this race, even though it is only 200 miles, just because of the time of day of when this race started at about approximately 7:14 Central Standard Time, and sundown not until the sun won't be down at least completely until about 9 o'clock Central Time, and it's still a little over an hour away yet. Battle's still going on for 4th, by the way. Majeski is not letting up on his teammate Ben Rhodes, similar to what Matt Crafton was doing earlier at the end of stage 1. About a half a car like that time, Majeski had 4th place at least that lap. Went down to the bottom and actually went to the apron in the middle of the tri-oval, trying to take a shortcut and get away from Rhodes, potentially side drafting him in the tri-oval. Little slide job down to the bottom of the racetrack. Majeski pulls clear now. The 99 truck went to the outside. And as they roll off into the next corner, it looks like Majeski will run the middle line, maybe a protection line that time. Rhodes backed up the corner. He went to the outside. He did not want to try to cross him back over to the bottom, keep going back and forth. And that may have cost him because Majeski had a pretty decent drive off the exit of 4 despite running a hair lower than a 99 truck. Almost wonder if Rhodes might have made his mind up too late to run the outside as maybe another setup move to get around in the following corner as a fake. And it cost him time, and he's going to have a tough time trying to get back to Majeski because Majeski has just gapped him again in turns 1 and 2. And those two are separated by 0.6 of a second with about 3.5 laps, maybe even less than that, left at stage 2. So Zane Smith first, Corey Heim second, John Hunter Nemechek fourth. John Hunter Nemechek in third, Ty Majeski fourth. Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 5 right now. That is the running order at the end of stage 1 or towards the end of stage 1. Battle for the, looks like 8th place position going on between rookie Colby Howard and the 19 truck of Derek Kraus. Kraus holds the position right now, both trucks on the outside through turns 1 and 2. It seems to be the preferred lane for most of these drivers. Of course, that's where you can work the momentum down the straightaways. But again, the bottom has been there, especially for a passing lane today as well. The middle line's been a great line as well. Really every lane is working well on this racetrack. A lot of rubber laid down this afternoon. Both the truck and the Cup Series had practice and qualifying. So there was rubber laid down earlier today before the start of this race. Definitely helping all the grooves work out a little bit in the early going. And really, from the drop of the green flag, we've seen a bunch of different lanes working very well for multiple different drivers. So it sounds like Chandler Smith is still having the fuel pickup issues in stage number 2. He is the first driver 1 lap down right now. So good news is we're on the final lap of stage 2. He should get that lap back. But if he's still going to have those issues, obviously, that's going to likely take him out of a chance of winning if the truck keeps hiccuping at certain points during the green flag run. It's almost like it's kind of shutting off on him and shutting back on. But it doesn't seem to be an electrical issue necessarily with the engine. And according to at least Chandler Smith and the team, it seems to be more of a fuel pickup issue. Zane Smith ends up going on to win stage 2. Corey Heim couldn't run him down on the long run that time. Maybe Smith got through some lap traffic a little bit better as well to help him. But Zane Smith is a stage winner once again this season, going for his 3rd win of the Truck Series year. Corey Heim ends up in 2nd after winning stage 1. John Hunter Nemechek picked up a couple spots from where he ended stage 1, finishes 3rd in stage 2. Ty Majeski 4th. Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 5 in stage 2. Carson Hocevar up to 6th place. Tanner Gray 7th. Derek Kraus 8th. Kobe Howard 9th. And Stuart Friesen rounded out the top 10 in stage 2 tonight. Big points for Tanner Gray. He scored stage points, finishing 8th and 7th in both stages. I say that because he was only 14 points below the cutoff line and was the first driver below the cutoff line coming into the race. It's also big because Matt Crafton, although he finished 8th and got 3 stage points in stage number 1, he didn't get any stage points in stage 2. He lost some spots on the restart, fell back to about 13th, got back up to 11th, but was about a second shy of Friesen at the end of the stage. So Crafton, no stage points in stage 2. That gives him 3 total on the night, and it gives Tanner Gray 7 on the night. So that is big for Tanner Gray. Now cutting it down to single digits going into the final stage as far as his gap behind Crafton. And this was even after Crafton's penalty midweek got rescinded. And all those points that he lost initially after DQing the race last weekend and then getting those points back, I believe, on Wednesday, has definitely helped him in the point standings. He does not have a win yet this season, and that team has been struggling. The 3-time champion could be in danger of missing the playoffs if things go the way they have been so far in the regular season. Looks like we have our first bot in the chat. Jennifer Reed, welcome to the stream. Who's my favorite truck driver? I don't really root for anybody in the truck series particularly. When I was younger, I was kind of rooted for Todd Bodine. So if I had to pick one like all-time favorite, I'd probably say Todd Bodine, but honestly, I never really... I mean, I have a favorite driver in the Cup Series for big reasons, and it's kind of hard to look at like Truck and Xfinity Series drivers and say, oh, you know, they're my favorite. Especially when a lot of the field is really young and trying to work themselves into the Cup Series. Not like how it used to be where it seemed like there were either a lot of Cup Series drivers who would run both on a somewhat regular basis, so you kind of watch maybe your favorite driver in the Cup Series hop down. I guess you still can with Busch in the Truck Series, and then here and there see other drivers hop down on like maybe one start a year or so in the Truck or Xfinity Series as well, but I don't have like a specific favorite, at least right now. I hope we don't. Yeah, we had our first spot in the chat there. At least it took about an hour this time. Still not good though. About to get through some stage 2 pit stops. Still 2 stops left to get to the finish. Maybe we see some drivers stay out. I doubt it. Tires seem to matter at Kansas quite a bit, and it looks like the entire field will be coming in this time. See if we see any 2-tire pit stops maybe for track position, but at least it seems like everybody on the lead lap is in. And Chandler Smith did get the free pass during the stage break as well. Problems for the 51 trying to get the right rear tire on. This is going to be a slow stop for Corey Heim's race team, and this may drop him outside the top 5, kind of like we saw during the Stage 1 pit stops for another driver who ran top 5 at Stage 1. So that is going to be problematic for Heim. Much cleaner stop on Zane Smith, and Zane Smith will win the race off of pit road. I do believe, at least. No, Ben Rhodes barely beat him. Ben Rhodes wins the race off pit road. Zane Smith second. 4 spots gained for Rhodes to win the race off pit road. Great stop by the 99 team. 7 spots also gained, it looked like, for Christian Eckes. Biggest gainer of the top 10 on pit road. But yeah, saw they were having issues trying to get the right rear tire on the 51 truck of Corey Heim. Definitely a competitive race truck tonight. Very good on the long runs. Ran top 2 all race, and he is going to have to restart outside the top 10. It looks like he rolled off pit road 13th, losing 12 positions in the pits. 11 positions. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. Just tuning in, why'd that one drive intentionally turn the other? I didn't know if it was intentional or not. For those of you wondering, that was the spin on the 9 car of Blaine Perkins back at Stage 1. He got hooked midway down the back straightaway. It looked intentional. I have no clue, what might have happened before that or not. I have no clue what that was all about. Middle of the backstretch, he got turned. And made a great save, looped the car around, but he has such a quick spin and recovery that the race actually stayed green. And he had spun off the track and gained recovery down on the apron anyway on the backstretch. So no caution came out for it, for incident. And unfortunately for Perkins, he is still multiple laps down because of it. Probably going to be trapped a couple laps down the entire rest of the race. Go 1 lap down. It's a little bit easier to get the lead lap. Maybe you play the caution game correctly with the wave around or be the first car a lap down to get the free pass. But when you're 2 down or more, it is so hard to get back on the lead lap by the end of the race. Really banking on a lot of cautions to really be able to do so. Jack Sprague was your favorite truck driver. Casey Atwood in the Xfinity, Jeff Gordon in Cup. For all-time favorites. Yeah, I never really had an all-time favorite in the Xfinity series, really. If I had to actually pick one on the spot, I'd probably say Elliott Sadler when he ran full-time Xfinity series in the early 2010s. Him and Sam Hornish. Sam Hornish, fellow Northwest Ohioan as well. Always kind of rooted for Sam. Pretty local to where I live. I think he grew up only 45 minutes away. Former Indy 500 winner as well. Sam Hornish. Saw on eBay a 164 Amoco Dave Blaney. 164 Dave Blaney Sprint Car Amoco. But combo was $25. Not bad. I just don't want a 164 scale diecast. I do have a Dave Blaney Valvoline number 10 164 scale sprint car diecast. World of Outlaw sprint car diecast. And I know the paint's kind of chipped on that one. It's pretty old. It's from the 90s. Had some use with my my childhood days. Scuffed the paint off of it. I have that laying around somewhere. Thanks for reporting it earlier, Billy. And anybody else who might have. Chris Bell on the pole for tomorrow. I did not see anything of qualifying and practice today because it actually happened while I was at work still or leaving work. I think it started right when I was clocking out, so I couldn't get home before the end of it. Didn't look at it. I was actually watching some hockey when I got home. I watched the Bruins and Hurricanes game. Pretty much watched most of that game. Final 2 periods. Congratulations to any Carolina Hurricane hockey fans out there. They won Game 7 today. We're going to watch the end of that Lightning game 7 as well at the end of this race here tonight if it gets over at a decent time. Right now, it's a fast race pace. We have not had a caution for incident. We are about halfway home in tonight's race. They'll be going green this time by. So head to the choose cone rule. I'm not sure why Corey Heim is in row 2 on the restart, because I thought he lost about 6 spots on pit road. While you're finding for Amico. Yeah, that would definitely be the other Dave Blaney 124 scale diecast if I could find it. If I could find it, that's the one I'll be looking for. My next race I'm going to is the Indy 500. I don't know if they'll have any NASCAR diecasts there or not. I'm definitely getting an IndyCar diecast when I'm there. I have to, going to the Indy 500. I'll probably get a Jimmy Johnson one just because I'm a NASCAR fan. But, I don't know, maybe I'll find another one I like. I always like the Napa paint schemes in NASCAR, so maybe I'll get an Alex Rossi one. For when he won the Indy 500. Ben Rhodes, after winning the race on pit road, elects the outside lane for the restart. On the inside in row 1 will be the 38 truck of Zayden Smith, who won stage 2. Green flag is back in the air, and we are racing in stage 3 in the Truck Series at Kansas. Good launch on the bottom lane for Zayden Smith as he gets a great push from the 66 of Majeski, who happens to be Ben Rhodes' teammate, and that's going to push the 38 truck to the lead off turn 2. Zayden Smith out ahead. 3 wide and sandwiched in the middle is John Hunter Nemechek right now. Big block on the bottom of the racetrack from the 98 on the 16. They are 3 by 3, 3 rows deep into turns 3 and 4. Very little room for error right now in this wild restart. John Hunter Nemechek slides up into the outside, almost got ran into from behind by Corey Heim. Heim bump drafts the Ford truck, giving him a great push on the front stretch. Nemechek to the inside for second on Ben Rhodes into turn number 1. 15 truck gets very out of shape in the middle of turns 1 and 2 and loses a bunch of positions. That's Tanner Gray, who restarted in 8th. Craziest restart we've definitely had so far today. With no cautions for instant, you never know if this could be the last restart of the race. I doubt it, knowing the Truck Series, but you never know. That was a very important battle there. Zayden Smith has about a 4/10 of a second lead right now over Rhodes. Nemechek, who quickly got to second place after restarting right about 5th, is now back to 4th. Corey Heim, his teammate, also going to get back around him. Row 1 tomorrow for the Cup race is Bell and Reddick. No, you like Dale Blaney. Oh, you're talking about Dale Blaney on 164. I think I have one of those too. Oh, this is getting wild at the back. 4 wide into turn 1. What a move by Riley Herbst on the outside. Tanner Gray still struggling with his race truck, and everybody was trying to split around him. Matt Crafton in the middle of that, as well as Haley Deegan. 4 wide on the front stretch at Kansas, and I got to give Herbst credit. He made it work on the outside. It's like there was the only hole open was right up against the wall. 4 wide on the front stretch, and he took it. And he got through there cleanly nonetheless. Great heads-up awareness by the 40 of Thompson not to pull up into the side of Herbst. Great job by his spotter giving him that quick information as well as the quick reaction by Thompson. Keep us from having our first accident of the race today. So again, Zayden Smith really good on the short run. We'll see if Heim can catch him if we do have another long green flag run like he did back in Stage 1. Stage 2 was shorter off the green flag laps despite being the same length overall in the stage. Smith now just over a 1-second lead over Ben Rhodes. 3-truck battle going on right now for 9th between Derek Krause, Tyler Ankrum, and Stuart Friesen. Make that Chase Purdy Tyler Ankrum and Stuart Friesen. Kraus had just gotten around Purdy for 8th place. Good run for the 61 truck of Chase Purdy so far tonight. He's been in the back half of the top 10 most of the evening. Actually finished in the top 10 at the end of stage 2. Battle for second right now between Corey Heim and Ben Rhodes. Heim to the inside. Rhodes trying to squeeze him in the middle of the corner. Hanging on the right rear corner panel. Not a great move, though, by Rhodes, as that might have cost him a chance at getting maybe more momentum on the 51 through the tri-oval versus if he would have ran the outside near the wall. But chose that line, chose the more aggressive route. It was a clean pass by the 51. There's no contact. But probably made it a little easier for the 51 car to stay in front of him and not have to protect going into turn 1 that last lap. 99 going to charge the bottom of the racetrack, trying to work his way back to the inside of the 51. And not going to be able to get around him that time on the inside. And the run up high from the 51 truck of Heim will hold clear at the start-finish line as they work their ways back into turns 1 and 2 again. Now Rhodes works himself to the outside, realizing he has to get some of that momentum back by running the top line because John Hunter Nemechek is closed in on the battle for second place because of how hard the 51 and the 99 were going at it for a couple laps. 58 laps to go in today's race at the Kansas Speedway for the Heart of America 200 for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Live commentary live on KRC tonight. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Road to 2,000 subs on the channel. I think we're going to get there this weekend between tonight's race and then especially tomorrow's Cup race at Kansas. Again, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I will be live. Our pre-race coverage begins. All predictions, fantasy lineup analysis, and much more will go on the first half hour before the race starts at 3 at the top of the hour. I guess about 3:10, 3:15. Top of the hour scheduled start for tomorrow. Seems like rain could be threatening tomorrow's race. If they do get pushed to Monday, we will have that for you as well. And I'll still be live at 2:30 regardless tomorrow for the pre-race, even if it is raining, to give you guys, obviously, the updates and everything that may be going on with that. I haven't checked the weather myself, so that's just based off of, in the chat earlier today, somebody had mentioned it, said that there was rain possible about 11 o'clock tomorrow in the morning at Kansas, but I'm not sure race time, what it's looking like. I'm just stating that as a precursor, I guess, in case something like that were to happen, especially with a couple of rain incidents within the last couple weeks. Of course, Dover got moved to Monday for the Cup Series race. Martinsville had about an hour rain delay at the start. Dirt Bristol had 2 rain delays during the race, but they were still able to get both the Martinsville and Bristol race into its full on the scheduled date that it was supposed to start. Ryan Blaney starts 10th. Yeah, he's been pretty good in qualifying like all year. Him and Bell have been probably the 2 best in qualifying this season. Definitely helped Blaney in the stage point departments, especially for stage 1. Want a Rossi or Ray Hall or Newgarden. I mean, at least Newgarden's a Penske guy, at least for my sake of, maybe getting his. But I'm pretty much sold on a Rossi Napa scheme or a Jimmy Johnson. Maybe both. I don't know if they're going to fit in that case. I don't know if the IndyCar diecast might be a little longer than the NASCAR diecast, because if they are, I might not have enough room to put them in the case. I hope I do. I hope they sell 124. I mean, I would assume 124 scale would be the same length, but I don't know if it is 124 scale for IndyCar or if it's something different. Battle between Ben Rhodes and Ty Majeski for 4th place. They were battling hard for 4th at the end of Stage 2. Well, they'll battle for it hard again early in Stage 3. Majeski to the bottom will slide up clear of Rhodes off the exit of the corner. Zane Smith is the race leader right now by 3.6 seconds over Corey Heim, who is in 2nd place. John Hunter Nemechek is in 3rd, 4.8 seconds off the lead. Ty Majeski in 4th at 5.2 seconds off the lead. And then Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 5 at 5.9 seconds off the lead. Christian Eckes is in 6th place, Carson Hocevar in 7th, Derek Kraus in 8th, Chase Purdy 9th, and Stuart Friesen rounds out the top 10 right now in Stage 1. Fox is back from their full-screen commercial break now with about 53 laps to go. Make that 52 to go in tonight's Camping World Truck Series race at Kansas. Martin Smith, welcome to the stream. Thor Sport fan for Trucks, Xfinity, Hornish, I guess, Chase Elliott, and Cup. Yeah, Hornish not obviously in the Xfinity series anymore, but if I had to pick one just because he was local, maybe it'd be him. He had a couple good seasons there. Almost won the championship, I think, in 2012. Finished second in points. It's like Haley Deegan just made a pass to break the top 15, getting around three-time Truck Series champion Matt Crafton, who's been struggling as this race has gone on. He was top 10 at the end of Stage 1, but it seems like the 88 team's not able to keep up with the racetrack as well as the other Thor Sport trucks, and he has really fallen off. Luckily for him, as far as the points department goes, Tanner Gray had a really bad restart, getting hopped out of line and being 4 wide at one point. That Gray lost a lot of positions and is actually behind Crafton right now. Both trucks outside the top 15. Tyler Ranker came in the second closest outside the cutoff line to the last driver above the cutoff line, Matt Crafton. He was about 30 points below into tonight's race, and he would be beating those two drivers ahead of him right now, as he is in 11th, but Ankrum didn't get any stage points in this race when Crafton got 3, and then 6 is what it ended up being as far as points go for Tanner Gray. Unscheduled pit stop for Jack Wood, it seems to be, as he may have had a tire coming apart, will continue to stay green. He was able to get to pit road, make a stop. The fuel window is open to the end of the race. It's 50 to 55 laps. But it just seems a little early in the run to pit, considering we have only ran about 15 laps, maybe a little more than that, since going green for the start of the final stage. And it looks like about 23 laps since the last stop. That might be included with the caution laps that we've ran during the stage as well, potentially. Fox going to a side-by-side commercial break now, so we'll take a quick rundown of the top 10 again, as it has changed a little bit in the running order. Zane Smith is the leader, 4.4 seconds now ahead of Corey Heim as he continues to battle hard. Looks like somebody's got the wall off the exit of turn 2. I think it might have been Matt DiBenedetto in the 25 truck. We continue to stay green, but I saw it on the side-by-side replay out of the corner of my eye when I was looking at the leaderboard on our screen right here on the channel. And they will continue to race on. Anyway, Corey Heim, 5 seconds off the lead in second and dropping back interval-wise at least to Zane Smith, who is the leader. Ty Majeski is in third at 6.5 seconds off the lead. John Hunter Nemechek in fourth, 6.9 seconds off the lead. And Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 5, 8.3 seconds off the lead. Christian Eckes is in the 6th place position right now. Carson Hocevar in 7th. Derek Kraus 8th. Chase Purdy in 9th. Stuart Friesen rounds out the top 10. I'll wait to do the full field running order in Stage 3 until after they get through the final pit stops of the race, whether that would be under a caution if we end up getting one for incident tonight, or if it will be under green. I would assume that drivers are likely going to split the final stage in half. They could probably take it down to a little less than 20 laps to go before they pit on fuel. Right now we have about 45 laps to go. But if they were to split it in half, they would end up going a little over 30 laps to go in the race before they pit. So about another 15 laps away or so. Continuing the green flag run right now. Looks like Corey Heim still losing time to Zane Smith. And it looks like caution is out on the speedway. Not sure what for yet. So caution is out for the first time for instant today. According to Michael Waltrip, somebody had gotten into the wall off of turn 2, but looks like the 44 truck of Chris Wright had gotten into the wall, and it looks like he got into the wall pretty good. He's got quite a bit of damage on the right side of his race truck. So Chris Wright will be The reason for our only caution for incident so far tonight, with about 44 laps to go when the caution flag had waved. Entire field going to be working their way onto pit road again, as this could be the final stop of the day. They're within the fuel window to make it to the end of the race. How good is the race? Can't watch it live, only have your commentary. The race has been pretty good so far, honestly. Stage 1 was probably the better of the 3 stages. We saw a lot of battles for the lead in that stage. A lot of battles for position, though, inside the top 10, especially in Stage 2 as well. Very clean race so far. That's what I like to see. And still very aggressive, which is what I like to see. A good combination of both is my type of racing. Honestly, this check marks both of the boxes right now. Stage 3, a little calm so far. Business might pick up, though, following the first caution of the race. And we'll see likely another crazy restart. I will say the craziest of the restarts we've had today after the stage breaks, which have been the only restarts so far, was after the Stage 2 break about 20 laps ago. So Zane Smith, the leader when the caution came out, he will lead the field onto pit road. Everybody will be pitting now. Again, the fuel window is open to the end of the race.
Open, but then it just gets too tight. In fact, this early in the third stage, it was still too tight. Some more adjustments for Ben Rhodes. For Corey Heim, I mentioned the engine shutting off during the first stage. It happened again here at the start of this third stage. Team not worrying.
I think she was talking about Chandler Smith, not Corey Heim, with the fuel issues.
Time Majeski, the 66, really happy with this truck. No adjustments for them, just putting on the last set of tires. Zane Smith also really happy with this truck set. It's just a little bit too tight, but they've been leading the most laps, so they're happy with what they've done so far.
Battle off pit road goes to Corey Heim in the 51 truck. Zane Smith loses the lead, but will still come out in second. Ben Rhodes will be third. Biggest gainer on pit road is Christian Eckes again, this time only gaining 3 spots, but Eckes inside the top 5 for the first time tonight, gaining, I think, a total of 10 spots on pit road total within the last 2 pit stops. So great job there. About them trucks from Sandusky, Ohio. Yeah, that's true too, as far as, who I root for. I don't really root for anybody in the Trucker Xfinity Series just because the reasons I have a favorite driver in the first place in the Cup Series. You can't really vote for, or, not vote, but, what's the word? It's like for root for anybody, those series with as much of a passion. But I am from Northwest Ohio, and that team is from close by, of course. About a 45, 50-minute drive. They're actually right next to Sandusky Speedway, which is like a local asphalt track up there. And when I first started go-kart racing and quarter midget racing, my first ever quarter midget race, believe it or not, was at the Sandusky Speedway. In the infield, they have a smaller dirt track inside the half-mile asphalt oval, and won my first ever race there. Not only won my first race, but my first quarter midget race in my first start at that track, and so happens to be right next to where the race shop is for Thor Sport. Two diecast now. Jeffrey Earnhardt, number 0. Like the day card from this year. That would be a good diecast to have whenever it ends up becoming available. 23 WCW gold car from the mid-90s. And Daniel Suarez's Tootsie's car. From Ohio as well. Worked for Thor Sport for 6 seasons. Oh, nice. Glad you still root for him. Lunar eclipse tomorrow night. Yeah, what, full moon tonight? Full moon on a Saturday night, you know what that means. Fireworks. Usually means tempers when it comes to racing. That usually is on a short track, though. This is not a short track at Kansas tonight by any means. Looking at the live subscriber count real quick. We are 51 away from 2,000. Again, like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Our road to 2,000 subs, and of course, the road to becoming a commentator in the real sport of NASCAR down the road as well. Appreciate the support you guys give me on a weekly basis. It's been a lot of fun. Live commentary for our first truck race tonight on the channel this season, at least. Did 12 races total between all three series last year. Jumped it up. I was going to do 22 at the start of the year. I think I'm going to end up with 24 after adding a couple this season, but this is the first truck race this year. And I believe this is the 8th or 9th live commentary of the 24 on schedule for this season. But definitely the first for the truck series. So it sounds like a pit road penalty from the 42 team of Carson Hocevar. Uncontrolled tire penalty. Hocevar had ran in the 6th position at the time of the caution. And now he'll have to restart at the back of the pack. Of course, he qualified outside the top 15. And unfortunately, he's going to have to drop to the back. He's got a top 10 race truck. We'll see if he can at least get that far up ahead. And hopefully he can survive any carnage that we could potentially ensue here in a restart or coming restarts, depending on how many we get. We'll have 39 laps to go on this restart. Zane Smith on the inside, the 51 truck on the outside of Corey Heim. Zane Smith was able to get to the lead on the inside the last time. We'll see if he can do it again. The control car, though, is going to be Corey Heim in the 51 after winning the race off pit road on Smith. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. Good push on the bottom for the 38 truck. And the 51 getting a great push up high by the 99 of Rhodes. Now Rhodes fakes high, and it looks like the 38's going to have the lead in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Zane Smith for the second straight restart on the inside. Powers past the 51, who both times was the controlled truck and both times restarted on the outside. If we get any more restarts going forward, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Maybe drivers will start choosing the inside in row 1. Heim not only lost the lead, but he is going to be back side by side with Stuart Friesen for 4th place off the exit of turn 4. Side by side for second between John Hunter Nemechek and Ben Rhodes as well. Rhodes on the inside, Nemechek on the outside. Nemechek going to kind of squeeze him a little bit, trying to take the air off the right rear corner panel of Ben Rhodes' race truck. Rhodes hops in line down the back straightaway behind Nemechek. Nemechek goes to the bottom, so does Rhodes. A little bit of a defensive line from John Hunter Nemechek. Nemechek qualified on the pole, led the first 4 laps. He has not led any laps since lap 4. Heim goes 3 wide to the inside. Might have had his momentum stalled out as he could have potentially gotten into the left rear corner panel of Majeski. Still 3 wide into turn 1. Now Majeski is not going to cut Heim any slack, pinching him down on the bottom of the track. Heim rolls the bottom very, very well. Had the white line hugged with those left side tires, but could not carry the momentum as the 2 trucks run in the higher groove on his outside as they both clear Heim off turn 2 and stay clear off turn 4. But more side drafting going on between the Thorsport trucks of Ty Majeski and Ben Rhodes, and Heim might have another chance at him here before long. Heim is dropping back off this restart, by far the worst restart we've seen from anybody in the top 5 today. Corey Heim restarted in the lead, and now his teammate Chandler Smith, who is coming back from a lap down in this one, has just passed him for 7th place as well. Heim won stage 1 in today's race, was 2nd at the end of stage 2, was 2nd still after the last caution came out, won the race off pit road, and now he's back to a race low. It looks like 6th place position as he was able to get around Ben Rhodes and Chandler Smith again in the second half of that last lap. Heim's got a really good long-run race truck. Though Zane Smith might have made some adjustments to have a long-run truck of his own. Heim in the wall off turn 2. Driving it a little bit too hard that time. And those both the spots that he gained the lap before, he lost the next lap after getting into the wall. It was a pretty good hit. Hopefully he does not have a tire rub of any sort. But Ben Rhodes and the 18 car... truck rather, of Chandler Smith will also get around Heim in the 51. And Derek Krause has now caught the 51 truck as well. How much will that damage potentially slow down Heim as well? May still have a shot at Rhodes and Smith, who battle for position side by side through turns 3 and 4 right in front of him. Smith with a slide job is going to clear Rhodes up the exit of turn 4. Rhodes up the high side, carries the momentum. And not going to get to the inside of the 18 truck, at least in the tri-oval. Both trucks going down to the apron as a little bit of drafting help potentially by Rhodes that time. Smith rounds the bottom of the racetrack out while Rhodes goes again to the outside. 33 laps to go. We'll take a full field rundown of the running order right now. Zane Smith is the race leader by 1.3 seconds over John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter Nemechek in second. He was my pick to win today's race. Hasn't led many laps, but he's been quietly inside the top 5 all day. And who knows, maybe they've made the adjustments to that race truck with the few stops they've had today. And we'll see if he has anything for Smith late. Christian Eckes is in third place right now. Ty Majeski fourth to Chandler Smith with a great comeback after being a lap down earlier. Rounds out the top 5. He actually got the free pass at the end of stage 2 after having fuel pickup issues in stage 1 that put him a lap down at the end of the stage. Great comeback for Smith. Stuart Friesen's in 6th place. Corey Heim, like we mentioned, had fallen back on that last restart. He's in 7th. Derek Kraus 8th. Ben Rhodes fell back a few spots on that restart as well to 9th. And Carson Hocevar is already back inside the top 10 as well. Great run for him after losing some spots on pit road with the uncontrolled tire penalty. Grant Enfinger's in 11th place. Colby Howard in 12th. Riley Herbst 13th. Matt Crafton 14th. Tyler Ankrum 15th. Matt DiBenedetto 16th. Tanner Gray 17th. Dean Thompson 18th. Wallace Allen 19th. Chase Purdy rounds out the top 20. Haley Deegan in 21st. Tate Fogelman 22nd. And Jesse Little 23rd. Everybody from 24th on back seems to be at least 2 or more laps down. Austin Wayne Self is in 24th, Tyler Hill in 25th, Chris Wright 26th. He brought out that last and only caution for incident in this race with about 43 to go in stage number 3. Trey Hutchins in 27th, Jack Wood 28th, Spencer Boyd 29th, Timmy Hill rounds out the top 30, Ryan Huff 31st, 32nd Josh Reum, Blaine Perkins in 33rd, and then 2 trucks out of the race with mechanical issues today would be Matt Mills in the 20 in 34th, and then Jesse Iwuji. DNF back at stage 1, dropped out of the race very early, and he'll finish last and 35th tonight. Oh, you just left last month. Wow. So you were there very recently. Build trucks in a Kroger's parking lot. Crazy day I was there. Oh, Heim has gotten into the wall again. I think he might have had his tire come down after getting into the wall a few laps before that. The right front tire is down on Heim's race truck. We continue to stay green as he's able to limp the car to pit road. More damage to Heim, and after overdriving the truck, trying to get back inside the top 5, losing multiple positions on the restart, now is going to fall likely multiple laps down as he has made his way to pit road. The truck is jacked up. They're pulling out the fenders on the right side of the race truck. And Corey Heim's chances of winning today's race go out the window. He was one of the best trucks throughout the course of the race. Definitely had a top 3 truck. Very unfortunate. And it looked like turns 1 and 2 is where he got in the wall with the tire going down. Likely was running the outside of the racetrack when the tire gave out, so it wasn't as hard of an impact into the wall, which is why he was able to at least limp it back to pit road under his own power without a caution coming out. But using it looks like a bar of some sort. It almost looks like a torsion bar that they're using to try and pull out the fenders on the right front of the 51. But he is off and away, and multiple laps down now. Tough break for Corey Heim. Zane Smith continues to dominate the final stage of the race at least. He's 3 seconds ahead of John Hunter Nemechek still. And he has led the most laps by far in this race as well. He won stage 2, but he has led 38 laps in this race. He's led 83 laps. I'm dyslexic. Jeez. I'm not actually dyslexic. That was just a dyslexic moment. Reading how many laps led that he has had today. But Zane Smith, probably the best overall car in the race today. Corey Heim was probably a 2nd or 3rd place truck, and him getting taken out there on his own doing, definitely going to hurt. 3.8 second lead and growing now over John Hunter Nemechek. Looks like Derek Kraus just made a pass on Ben Rhodes for position for 6th. Chandler Smith's up to 4th place. I wonder if he has anything for Zane Smith. He's 7 seconds off the race lead. It's going to be tough to catch him without a caution, as Smith will be working to 23 laps to go this time by. But we did have one caution in this stage for somebody getting in the wall. And we obviously saw Corey Heim get in the wall, but we stayed green. The later and later you go in the race, the harder and harder everybody is racing to get to the end, battling for whatever positions they seem to be battling for at that point in time. Hard battle for 11th place going on between Matt Crafton and Riley Herbst. Crafton on the inside, Herbst on the outside. Crafton was outside the top 15 at one point towards the end of stage 2. Maybe swung the wrong way with adjustments from the end of stage 1 where he was in 8th trying to work himself back forward. A couple seconds behind Hocevar for a top 10 finish if it does stay green. Can't afford to get Fox Sports 1, so can't watch it. Hope you keep doing the truck series. I try to do the truck and the Xfinity races as much as I can, but the reason why I haven't done one yet for the truck series is because they really have to race on Saturday nights for me to be able to do it with my work schedule. Saturday nights for Xfinity or trucks. Oh, slide job, another truck in the wall. The 23 of Grant Enfinger. 52 of Stuart Friesen going to cross him over. Looks like they're battling for, let's see here, 8th place. And we'll have to watch to see if the 23 might blow a tire like the 51 did a little bit ago. Pretty good hit into the wall trying the slide job maneuver. Still kept enough momentum up, though, to actually hold Friesen back in the next corner when Friesen charged back to the inside trying to get the crossover. Was unable to do it. And after Friesen's failed attempt at a crossover, Carson Hocevar had caught and passed him for 9th place. Great comeback since the restart for Hocevar to get back inside the top 10 after the uncontrolled tire penalty. 20 laps to go in this race right now. And Hocevar is right behind Enfinger as well for 8th place. Every position matters, especially as we get later and later in this race, in case we get another caution flag. And that was a pretty good hit into the walls. They're showing the replay from Enfinger's failed attempt at the slide job. Well, I guess it ended up technically working because he did hold on to 8th, but failed attempt in the sense that he didn't do it cleanly without hitting the wall. So he tries to keep on keeping on. Billy's got a lot of moon facts in the chat. I think I'm learning more about the moon tonight than what I ever did in science class growing up. I mean, probably learned the same thing. I just don't remember any of it. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. 40 likes on the stream right now. We are less than 50 subscribers away from 2,000 on the channel. I think we'll get there tomorrow during the Cup Series live stream, but be sure to tune in for that if you are watching this one tonight. William Ayers, welcome to the stream. Power's out where you live. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. Thank you for tuning in. Trying to get the live updates of the race. Hopefully your power's back on before the race comes to a conclusion. And for your own safety, I guess, too. I don't know how much food you have in your fridge. Hopefully the power is not out long for you. Especially during hot weather. That would stink if you don't have air conditioning during the day. Depending on, where you live. Maybe you live in like northern Canada and it's maybe not as warm yet. Again, 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, we'll start the pre-race for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Kansas. Wrapping things up here tonight in the Heart of America 200 at the Kansas Speedway for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race. Zane Smith has led 93 laps and counting right now with 15 laps to go. Fox still on their full screen commercial break. So, quick rundown of the top 5. Zane Smith, again, is the leader. 4.1 seconds ahead of John Hunter Nemechek in second. Tom Majeski is in third place right now, the 66 truck. Highest running ThorSport truck in the field right now. Chandler Smith is in fourth place. Majeski, by the way, is 7.7 seconds off the lead. Chandler Smith is 9 seconds off the lead in fourth. And Chandler Smith was a lap down at one point after a fuel pickup issue he had back in stage 1. They got the truck seemingly fixed. He had issues with it in stage 2, but was able to get the free pass position still. And from that time to now, he's worked his way up to 4th. Interval-wise, he seems to still be losing ground to specifically the top 2 of Zane Smith and John Hunter Nemechek. But you never know in a late race restart what could happen. And trying to get himself in contention to be within those first couple rows right now. And then Derek Kraus, good run so far tonight, kept it clean, and is currently rounding out the top 5 in 5th. Smith's about 0.2 of a second a lap faster than John Hunter Nemechek as he grew the lead out from 4.3 seconds to 4.5 that last lap as he leads yet another lap. Oh, trouble! On the back straightaway, we have a caution with 13 laps to go. The 40 truck has gone around. Dean Thompson with a flat left front tire, might have been in the lockup of the tires and the slide down the back straightaway. Great save to keep it off the inside retaining wall as he looped the truck around multiple times. Caution late in the race. Only our 4th of the day and only our 2nd for incident when you exclude the stage cautions. Both of them in stage 3, both for spins that were at least saved in some way, shape, or form. And it looks like Thompson just lost control of his race truck on his own. He was running the outside and right off the exit of the corner. He did a great job keeping it off the outside wall. Like I mentioned, he would loop the truck around multiple times without hitting the inside wall as well. It was a great save. But with losing control of his race truck, that brings out a caution. Not sure where Thompson was running. It looked like he was... Man, I don't know. Trying to find him in the running order. I can't find him. I almost wonder if he's lost a lap. It's showing him a lap down right now. I don't know if he lost a lap after the spin or not. So he may have been on the lead lap when he spun. It looks like on Fox's leaderboard he's shown in 20th right now, which would be, well, it'd be a lap down, so I don't know. It's tough to tell for sure. Either way, it's a spin bringing out a caution. Pit road will be open this time by off turn 4. We're going to have less than 10 laps to go in the restart. We'll see if anybody is going to pit for fresh tires. Race leader Zane Smith will stay out. And one truck is pitting. It looks like a lap truck in the 33. I saw one other truck pit further back. The 16 of Tyler Ankrum will pit. He was in 16th. So the 16 truck from 16th will pit in the Hattori Racing Toyota. Free pass going to Haley Deegan in 19th place. So she'll probably end up pitting. Matt DiBenedetto also on pit road. He was in 14th at the time of the caution. There are only going to be 19 trucks on the lead lap. So with 19 trucks on the lead lap, these drivers running outside the top 10 pitting aren't going to lose too many positions. So can't blame them. Again, with Deegan getting the free pass, I'd assume she'll pit. So that means only 3 trucks hit pit road during the caution. Should be a fairly quick cleanup considering that Thompson was able to make a save after spinning. And I would have to assume we're going to go green somewhere between 8 and 9 laps to go. Just 2 cautions for incident. And this is the second one. Very clean race so far tonight. So far, knock on wood. But we're going to have a late race restart. Restarts have been exciting tonight, but they've been clean at the same time. Like I said, good, clean, hard, aggressive racing. That's what I like. And we've had natural cautions bringing out the yellows, so it's not like we've seen any phantom yellows in this one. Didn't see a replay of the 44 truck getting into the wall, but he did have damage on the right side of his car. It looked like he pancaked it pretty good. Whatever corner he had got. I think Michael Waltrip stated it was in turn 2. So didn't get a replay of it, but at least we had confirmation our truck actually got into the wall and we saw the damage in the aftermath of it. A couple of single truck accidents are the only 2 cautions we've seen in today's race. 51 and Corey Heim went a lap down, actually multiple laps down after blowing a tire while running in 7th place. He got in the wall a few laps before that, battling for 5th on the restart where he was leading and then lost the lead and Tried to get it back and couldn't do so. Corey Heim is 10 laps down in 33rd, so I almost wonder if they pulled behind the pit wall on the number 51 truck. Being 10 laps down right now. Music Man, welcome to the stream. Matty D seems to be running good in 15th. I think tires definitely matter. I think they're too far back to get through the field unless we have a big wreck on a restart, which is not possible in the truck series. It's not impossible in any series, and if there was one truck series I had to place money on it, I would put it on the truck series. Speaking of money, I have my money on John Hunter Nemechek coming into this race today. I think it's the first truck race I've... No, never mind, that's a lie. I've betted on 2 truck races this season, but that's because I've been at 2 truck races this season, at Daytona and then at Bristol on dirt. I don't think I won either one. But I do have Nemechek. I did predict the winner correctly at Dover a couple weeks ago in the Cup Series with Chase Elliott, so it might be on a good little streak here if Nemechek can pull it off. He's been good on restarts today, but so is Zane Smith. Smith is going to take the inside lane. No leader has elected the inside lane on a restart today, but Zane Smith has been the only truck to also get to the lead on the inside all night. And he did it not once, but twice on each of the last 2 restarts, and he did it as the non-control car. So now as being the control car, we'll see if that'll play any difference. I'll have the 66 truck of Ty Majeski behind him. John Hurt Nemechek will be the first truck on the outside. And Chandler Smith in the 18 has a shot to win this after being a lap down at the end of stage number 2. And both of the Kyle Busch Motorsport Toyotas are going to be on the outside on the restart, so we'll see if they work together to at least try to get one of those 2 trucks in victory lane with a good restart. Over 70 people watching. Like and subscribe again for more daily NASCAR content. We're going to have 8 laps to go when we go green in tonight's Heart of America 200 at the Kansas Speedway live on KRC for live race commentary. Tomorrow's Cup race will be live commentated on the channel as well at the Kansas Speedway, starting at 2:30 with our pre-race Eastern Standard Time tomorrow afternoon. Row number 3 on the restart is going to be, looks like Grant Enfinger on the inside in the 23 truck, and the 9, or sorry, I said the 9 because it was a Napa truck and I thought Chase Elliott. It is the 19 of Derek Krause. Great run for Enfinger after qualifying outside the top 20. He's been chipping away every restart. And again, 3 trucks took fresher tires, lining up 17th through 19th on the restart as well with 8 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Big push on the bottom lane. Great launch for the 38. It looked like the Ford truck of John Hunter Nemechek stacked the outside up as he may have spun the tires, and he's going to lose a lot of positions. The 23 moves across the nose of the 4 and nearly turns himself in front of the pack going into turn 1. An aggressive move by Enfinger, but it looks like it's going to work out as he is going to get up to 3rd, getting around his teammate Ben Rhodes. One truck gets squeezed into the wall off turn 2. It might have been the 19 of Derek Krause who caused an accordion effect behind him as they continue to race on into turn 3. Ty Majeski is up to 2nd place as Zane Smith leads off another restart on the inside tonight. He's 3 for 3 on the inside lane, and with 7 laps to go, he's hoping it stays green again. As he'll look for his 3rd win of the year, he's the only driver in the Truck Series to have more than 1 win so far this season, and he's looking for his 3rd already on the young year. Just the 8th race of the season right now as well. Nemechek just did not take off well. I don't know if he spun the tires or just missed the gear or whatever the case was. Nemechek did not take off well on the outside. He is back to 6th place now, losing 4 positions. So much for my bet being correct, I guess. I don't get any points for him going for 2nd, so, you know, it is what it is. Ty Majeski's staying close right now behind Zane Smith. He's about 0.3 of a second off the lead as we coming to 5 laps to go this time by. Oh, Nemechek nearly loses it off turn 4. What a save. Nemechek had a handful off the exit of turn 4, actually clipped the wall with the right rear corner panel, which may have actually straightened that race truck out and kept him from wrecking it. Great save, and we almost saw another caution with about 5 laps left. But we continue to stay green as Nemechek tries to hang on, as well as everybody else in the running order. 3 wide further back in the pack right now between Haley Deegan, Austin Wayne Self, and Tanner Gray, battling for 16th. Couple of those trucks on fresher tires. And as far as everybody on fresher tires right now, they're not really moving too far up through the field. Oh, well, actually, DiBenedetto is. He's up to 7th already. The other two pitted for fresh tires of Tyler Ankrum and Haley Deegan, on the other hand, still outside the top 15. But DiBenedetto's up to 7th. He'd be the guy to maybe beat if we do have one more restart. May have a shot at a top 5 as he's less than 2 seconds behind Eckes. Eckes not far behind the 18 truck of Chandler Smith, battling him for 4th place. 1 second lead for Zane Smith as he continues to just slowly gap tie Majeski. By far, Zane Smith has been the fastest truck since Heim has basically taken himself out of the race, getting into the wall, then a couple laps later blowing a tire and getting into the wall even more, dropping him off of the racetrack and behind the pit wall in the garage. DiBenedetto only half a second behind Nemechek for 6th, who is definitely having a very, very loose handling race truck late. And I almost wonder if restarting on older tires may have hurt Nemechek on the outside groove. Nobody has restarted old tires today. That definitely could have caused a wheel spin. Leader has taken the white flag, so if we do get a caution, that will end the race. Final lap, presented by Credit One Bank. Half a lap to go now for Zane Smith as he has dominated this race, leading over 100 laps. It'll be his 108th lap led this time at the line. He won a stage. He's going to get a win. That's 6 more playoff points. And the 3rd win of the season, Zane Smith takes the truck race at Kansas. Ty Majeski ends up 2nd. Grant Enfinger with a great performance, finishing 3rd. Great comeback for Chandler Smith, the highest running KBM truck at the end, finishing 4th. And Christian Eckes rounds out the top 5. John Hunter Nemechek ends up 6th. Matt DiBenedetto, great call on their pit strategy, pitting during the last caution, got up to 7th on the fresh tires. He was 14th when the caution first came out. So definitely gained some spots there. Derek Krause ends up finishing 8th. Matt Crafton 9th. And Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 10. Colby Howard in 11th. Riley Herbston 12th, Chase Purdy 13th, Stuart Friesen 14th, Carson Hocevar 15th, Tyler Ankrum 16th, Haley Deegan 17th, Tanner Gray 18th, Lawless Allen 19th, and Tate Fogelman rounds out the top 20. Lawless Allen was the last truck to finish on the lead lap in 19th. Everybody else behind him 1 lap down or more at the end of the race. Tyler Hill 21st, Dean Thompson brought out that last caution 22nd, Austin Wayne Self 23rd, Jesse Little, 24th. Chris Wright, 25th. Jack Wood, 26th. Timmy Hill, 27th. Ryan Huff, 28th. Trey Hutchins, 29th. And Josh Reum rounds out the top 30. Spencer Boyd, 31st. Blaine Perkins, 32nd. Corey Hine, 33rd. And Matt Mills, Jesse Awuji also ended up having mechanical failures in this one. DNFing, finishing 34th and 35th. You'll hear from race winner Zane Smith in a couple of moments. And any other driver interviews we get following the conclusion of this race today, you will also get to listen to live on the channel. So don't go anywhere. We are not ending the stream until the post-race is over, which I'd have to assume would be over about 10 p.m. tonight. So we have about 9 minutes of post-race interviews perhaps coming. No burnout from Zane Smith, likely saving the engine because this was a fast truck and we have more mile and a halves left, including next week at Texas. Here is Zane Smith.
Of the season, what was the key for you in this dominant victory?
Yeah, really just an unbelievable truck. We honestly struggled there in the first stage, and I feel like I made a mistake last week with adjusting too much in the heat of day, and it wasn't right in the night. And we just executed greatly with this truck. This is our Vegas truck. I feel like this would have been an image of Vegas, what we've seen tonight, if I didn't get damaged early in the race there. But what a track record of Speedco and Loves, just so dang cool. That was one of my easier ones I've ever had to win, but that late race restart scared me a little bit. Good thing I didn't have another one there because I am stuck in fourth. So sorry for the no burnout.
Well, Zane, you said you wanted that 1.5 miles to add to what you've done because you've won on basically every sort of track. What does this say about you as a driver that you're winning at all these different type of tracks?
Yeah, I mean, the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series and really all your career until you hopefully get to this level is all about building your resume, and that's what I'm trying to do the best I possibly do, and none of this would be possible without the great people on this whole 38 team, and it's not always equipment that makes these things go fast, it's all the people, and Bob Jenkins, for performance, everyone on this 38 team is truly unbelievable, probably the most fun I've ever had in my racing career this far.
Congrats, Zane.
Well, good to know your power's back on. That was race winner Zane Smith. Now an interview with second place Ty Majeski.
Way have it slowly make those improvements. You said it was close though. What more did you need in that final stage?
We were really close. We kept easing on the adjustments all night, getting the balance better every run. Track was freeing up, and we were just a little bit too free, so we kept making small changes. And the sun went down. I think we under-adjusted a little bit for that last stop. Just couldn't attack it, just a little bit too free. But overall, really, really fast American racing, Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Joe gave me a great truck. We've really been hitting off this year. It's been a ton of fun. Being in the shop every day with these guys and working with them. We have a great relationship, and there's a lot of good things coming. We're right there.
Certainly a lot of good takeaways for tonight, Vince.
Victory.
Only 5 different leaders in today's race for 10 lead changes. A lot of those were during pit stops and caution periods. The only leaders in today's race, again, 108 laps, led by far the most for race winner, stage 2 winner, Zane Smith. Corey Heim was the second most in the laps led category with 18 laps led. He won stage 1. Ben Rhodes led 4 laps after a restart earlier in the race. Ty Majeski led 1 lap on a restart at some point in this race. And then the Ford truck of John Hunter Nemechek, who qualified on the pole, led the first 4 laps to start tonight's action. Should have took Rhodes at the dirt track, last truck I worked on. I don't know who I took that day, to be completely honest. I can't remember. I think I took Friesen. I probably took Friesen if I had to guess. Tampa Bay advanced to round 2. Oh, the game's over already? That's a bummer. I was going to watch it. Carl Groover. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I didn't shout you out. I didn't see you in the chat earlier. I don't think I missed anybody else. Haley Deegan did not wreck, no. Finished 17. She was a lap down right at the end of the stage on speed. And 19th. Gained a couple spots taking those fresh tires during the caution. Ended up with the 17th place finish. Only 4 cautions tonight, 2 per incident, both in stage number 3 at lap 90 and lap 121. Stage 1 and 2 went caution free. NASCAR YT, welcome to the stream. Zane won the race. Yes, he did. Zane Smith, tonight's winner. 6 playoff points going towards him. Take a look at what the standings look like coming into the race, and when they show the standings on the screen, I can't show them to you, but at least I'll be able to aware you guys of what it might look like if they do show it before Fox goes off the air. Have a few more minutes left. No fantasy, obviously, for post-race. This is a much shorter, condensed post-race compared to usual because the Xfinity and truck races don't have the fantasy analysis and advice where I go back through all my main predictions, how that played out, and how the fantasy league played out. Still have the driver interviews. Went through the full field running order already. So Ben Rhodes was the regular season points leader. Zane Smith came in 42 points below. So Smith getting 59 points total today, second in stage 1. And obviously getting the win is big. Zane Smith has won 3 times. Daytona, Coda, Kansas. That's a super speedway road course at a mile and a half. The variation of racetracks Zane Smith has won on. He had 3 stage wins coming into tonight's race, so he has 4 stage wins now in the season, along with 3 race wins. That's going to give him quite a few playoff points. And here is Grant Enfinger with Fox Sports.
Feel good about where the truck was at. What did it take to get yourself into a top 5 truck tonight?
I don't know. I think just a lot of hard work and perseverance from these guys that are just rolling this truck behind us. Charles tonight made some really good calls because we were terrible when we unloaded. Terrible in qualifying. I could drive it at the beginning of the race, but we were slow. So anyway, he did a great job adjusting on it all night. I feel like he hit on something. The last 2 adjustments made a big difference. But, we had a couple of friends of our family and friends of our extended family here that passed away this week, Jamie and Marilyn. So our hearts are with him. But very, very thankful to end this week on a positive note. So thank you to everybody that lets us do this.
Second straight third-place finish for Grant Enfinger. Jamie?
Jamie standing in with John Hunter Nemechek, who finished 6th.
Promises you started on the pole position, but ultimately came down to that final restart. What happened?
Spun tires, didn't get a good push from behind. It's on me. I spun the tires, and that's pretty much it. That's all she wrote. Had it decently fast. Well, 1 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro tonight. We missed it. The 38 was definitely the dominant truck, and he should have won the race. I feel like we probably should have finished 2nd or 3rd, but got to work on restarts, come back, and we know what we need to do here coming back for the playoff race, and we just debriefed right there. So proud of the guys, proud of the effort. Still, I guess, on a top 6 streak here, so just got to continue on.
Disappointing finish, but a lot of information gained.
And now here's another interview with Chandler Smith, who ended up finishing 4th in a great comeback tonight.
It was crazy. Had to be calm, cool, and collected. That's what makes championship caliber teams, and tonight we definitely showed that we are that. So really proud of all the guys at KBN. They brought me a really fast, charged me quick type products Toyota Tundra. With that being said, we had some adversity tonight. We went through it, and we ended up P4. So we charged the front twice, and I can't be too upset with our performance.
4th place finish for Chandler Smith here tonight. Jamie?
Well, for Matt
Jamie
DiBenedetto,
with Matt
the tire
DiBenedetto.
call paid off. It was the scuffs. What difference did that make for you?
The set of tires that was on it before, something was wrong, way wrong, and we were going backwards. We were pretty atrocious all day. But then that one set of tires, something was wrong, wet, just felt like a rock. So then we recovered. Got to thank my spotter, Doug Campbell, did an awesome job. Just kind of weaved on through them right through the middle. Came from 20 or 21st to 7. So I got to thank Rackley Roofing, War Shocks, and this team for hanging in there. We've pulled out 2 miracles 2 weeks in a row on last restarts at the end, passing the field. So we just need to get some execution and clean it all up because we got the speed in the trucks. Just need to do a little better job.
Getting that.
Matt DiBenedetto finished 7th place tonight. Getting a lot of driver interviews. See, that's what happens when you don't have a lot of cautions in the race. You have a longer post-race before you go off the air. You can get more driver interviews than just the winner. And then maybe one other. Ralph Nolan, welcome to the stream. Oh, geez, NASCAR's like, come on, man. It's not that bad, is it? Looks like we're up to 51 likes. Again, hit that like button. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Fox going to another commercial break here. And I think that's going to end tonight's stream. They haven't showed an update of the point standings yet. I'm not sure if they will or not. I was thinking they went off the air at 10 o'clock, and it is currently 10:01. So that might be it for their run time. That is definitely going to be it for our run time tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Appreciate the support, as always. Once again, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers on the channel. Of course, most importantly, on the road to becoming a NASCAR commentator for real races down the road. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. I'll be live again tomorrow afternoon for the NASCAR Cup Series race at the Kansas Speedway, starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for our pre-race coverage. So that'll be the only live stream for tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, again for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Have a good rest of your Saturday night, everybody.